Do you know what time it is? I said, do you know what time it is? Well, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for some Dehennis Cowboys baseball. The playoffs start now. Yeah!
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to tonight's regional quarterfinal game between the Dehennis Cowboys and the Bruni Badgers, live here from Freer High School, as they are introducing both teams, beginning with the Cowboys.
Number 15 for Fortuna. Ordner. Number 18, Chapman. Number 19, Hudspeth. Number 21, Hendry. Number 24, Stubing. Number 25, Lewis. Number 33, Puente. And number 40, Santos. And now for the Bruni Badgers, number 5, Andrew Alanis. Number 10, Jacob Alfaro. Number 24, Mauricio Hernandez. Number 3, Daniel Zepeda. Number 15, Esteban Chapa. Number 14, Santana Gonzalez. Number 4, Rudy Vergara. Number 20, DJ Gutierrez. Number 7, Jaime Laurel. Number 9, George Peraza. Number 8, Leo Pena. Number 13, Javi Esquivel. And number 6, Crispin Castillo. At this time, we ask everybody to rise and please remove your headgear for the playing of our national anthem.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, and once again, welcome to today's regional quarterfinal game between the Dehennis Cowboys and the Bruni Badgers, live here from Freer High School, as we get ready to get started here pretty quick. Introducing the designated home team for today, the Bruni Badgers, representing District 32 1A. They are the champion. They had a first round bye, and this is their first matchup of the playoff season. On the mound is number 10, Jacob Alfaro. Behind the plate is number 5, Andrew Alanis. At third base is Daniel Cepeda. At shortstop is number 9, George Jorge Presa. At second base is number 24, Mauricio Hernandez. At first base is 15, Esteban Chapa. And in the outfield from left to right, you have number 4, Rudy Vergara. Number 14, Santana Gonzalez. And in right field, number 7, Jaime Laurel. And now the lineup for your D'Hanis Cowboys. Leading off for the Cowboys will be the center fielder, number 28, Luke Langfield, followed by Leighton Herman, who's pitching today. And the catcher, Ethan Reyes. Shortstop, Ryan Henry. Designated player is Will Shavi. And playing right field is Marcus Hernandez. Playing third base is Dalen Gonzalez. Second base, JJ Garcia. And in left field is Eusebio Tapia. That's a correction. And at first base is AJ Bridges. Once again, we'd like to welcome everybody for watching here live on D'Hanis Athletics here on Facebook and also on YouTube tonight. Your D'Hanis Cowboys coming in tonight's game with a 20-3 overall record, the District 31A champion. They defeated Lakey in by-district action, 11-1 and 17-4 in 2 games. Once again, Bruni, the District 32 1A champion, they had a bye in the first round. The winner of this series will advance to face the winner of the Canepa and Benavides series, which Benavides leads 1-0 as they defeated Canepa 3-2 last night. And once again, this is game 1 of the best of 3 series, with game 2 and 3 set for tomorrow at Divine. As we get ready to get started, Luke Langfield will lead off for the Cowboys.
Leading off for the Cowboys, number 28, Langfield.
First pitch, high for ball 1. Once again, Jacob Alfaro on the mound for the Badgers. Luke Langfield at the plate. Pitch right down the middle for strike 1. So 1 ball and 1 strike on Luke Langfield, leading off for the Cowboys. The pitch way up there for ball 2. So 2 balls and 1 strike on Langfield. Once again, Jacob Alfaro on the mound for the Bruni Badgers. The pitch. Langfield swings and fouls it out of play.
Langfield fouls that one off.
So 2 balls and 2 strikes on Langfield. The pitch inside and on the turf. So the count's now full, 3 balls and 2 strikes on the senior center fielder, Luke Langfield. The pitch outside just misses, so ball 4. So Langfield's going to make his way towards first as he leads off and draws a walk. Brings up the pitcher, number 22, Leighton Herman.
Stepping up to the plate, number 22, Herman.
So Langfield on first, Leighton Herman at the plate. Cowboys, the designated visiting team. The pitch right down the middle for strike 1. So no balls and 1 strike on Leighton Herman, with Luke Langfield on first for the Cowboys. Pitch coming up. Herman swings, pops it up, and the center fielder is going to get right under it for the first out. And Langfield is going to remain at first. So the catch is made by number 14, Santana Gonzalez in center field. So it's going to bring up the catcher, number 14, Ethan Reyes, to the plate.
First, number 14, Reyes.
Once again, Luke Langfield on first, led off with the walk. Ethan Reyes at the plate for the Cowboys. And Langfield's going to make his way towards second as they're going to call a balk on Alfaro. The pitch, and Reyes pops it up. Second baseman right under it. And the right fielder's going to call him off and make the catch for out number 2. Caught by Jaime Loro out there. Up next is the shortstop, number 6, Ryan Henry.
At the plate, number 6, Henry.
Once again, Luke Langfield on second with 2 outs. Alfaro on the mound. The pitch on the turf, and Langfield's going to make his way towards third.
Ball outside. Langfield moves over to third on a pass ball.
So 1 ball and no strikes on Ryan Henry. Playing shortstop for the Cowboys today. Langfield on third. Alfaro with a pitch right down the middle for strike 1. So 1 ball and 1 strike on Ryan Henry. Luke Langfield on third once again, who led off with the walk. Alfaro with the pitch. Henry with a nice hard shot to right field is going to bring in Langfield. And the Cowboys are going to get on the board first with an RBI single from Ryan Henry. So the Hennis now leads 1-0 as Luke Langfield comes in to score.
Henry with the single. Right.
Up next is number 11, the designated player, Will Shavi. Once again, Alfaro on the mound for the Badgers. Henry making his way. Shavi pops it up, and it's going to go out of play. So no balls and 1 strike on the batter, Will Shavi, with Ryan Henry on first for the Cowboys. As Henry had a nice hard hit to right field, who brought in Luke Langfield from third. Cowboys lead 1-0. Alfaro checks Henry at first, gets back in time under the tag. So no balls and 1 strike on Shavi. The pitch from Alfaro inside. And Henry making his way towards second is going to slide in safely. So Henry advances to second on the steal. So the count is now 1 ball and 1 strike on Will Shavi. Alfaro on the mound for the Badgers. Will Shavi at the plate. Ryan Henry on second. The pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes on Will Shavi. The pitch. Breaking ball. Strike 3. Cowboys leave 1 stranded but bring 1 in. The Hennis leads 1-0. You're watching the Hennis Cowboy Baseball. We'll be right back.
Hi, welcome back. I'm certainly glad you could join me today because today is a very, very special day to me, and I'm glad that you're here to share it with me. So let's get started. Tell you what, I want to get you to try being creative on canvas, just to take your time and sit down and have nothing in mind when you start. Just have a good feeling and be happy and in love with life and your world, and sit down and begin playing. Okay, now I'm going to wash the old brush. And as you know, we wash our brushes with odorless thinner, shake off the excess, Just beat the devil out of it. I hope you've enjoyed this one. It's a super little painting. It'll teach you a great deal. And I want to thank you once again for sharing today with me, because this was a very special day. And from all of us here, I'd like to wish you happy painting and God bless.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Leading off for the Badgers will be number 5, the catcher, Andrew Alanis. On the mound for the Cowboys, getting the start today is number 22, Leighton Herman. Behind the plate, Ethan Reyes. First pitch coming up from Herman. Wind up in the pitch. And Alanis fouls it back out of play, so there's no balls and 1 strike. At third base, you have Dalen Gonzalez. Shortstop, Ryan Henry. Second base, J.J. Garcia. First base, A.J. Bridges. And in the outfield from left to right, Eusebio Tapia, Luke Langfield, and Marcus Hernandez. And Alanis pops it up, and Garcia calling everybody off, and there to make the catch for out number 1. Up next is the pitcher number 10, Jacob Alfaro. Once again, Leighton Herman getting the start here in Game 1. This is the best of 3 series in the regional quarterfinal matchup between the Hennis Cowboys and the Bruni Badgers. Herman with the pitch, swing and a miss for strike 1. So no balls and 1 strike on Alfaro. Herman with the pitch, outside for ball 1. So 1 ball and 1 strike on Alfaro. Herman with the pitch, outside for ball 2. 2 balls and 1 strike on Jacob Alfaro, the pitcher for the Bruni Badgers. Leighton Herman on the mound for the Cowboys. Ethan Reyes behind the plate. The pitch swung on and popped up and off the back of the net. So the count is now 2 balls and 2 strikes on the batter. So 2 balls, 2 strikes with 1 out here in the bottom of the first. Herman with the pitch, breaking ball, swings and misses for out number 2. Up next is the second baseman, number 24, Mauricio Hernandez. Herman with the pitch, low for ball 1. So 1 ball and no strikes on Hernandez. Herman with the pitch. Hernandez with a nice hard hit up the middle. And Luke Langfield's going to fire it in. A single for the Badgers by Mauricio Hernandez. And up next is the third baseman, number 3, Daniel Cepeda. With 2 outs here in the bottom of the first.
2 outs and a runner at first. Number 3, Daniel Cepeda.
So runner on first for the Badgers. Herman on the mound. Delivers the pitch. Ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes on Cepeda. The pitch from Herman just misses. Reyes fires it over the first. So 2 balls and no strikes on Daniel Cepeda here. And Herman gets him. As the first baseman was calling for the ball, Herman found him, and gunned him down. So we head to the top of the second. Cowboys lead 1-0. You're watching the Hennis Cowboy Baseball. We'll be right back.
You're watching live coverage on the D'Hanis Athletics page, home of the Cowboys and Cowgirls. Make sure to follow us on Facebook and Twitter for the most up-to-date and late-breaking information. And go Cowboys and Cowgirls! You're watching live coverage on the D'Hanis Athletics page, home of the Cowboys and Cowgirls. Make sure to follow us on Facebook and Twitter for the most up-to-date and late-breaking information. And go Cowboys and Cowgirls!
Well, hello there. I bet you didn't know I am a big fan of the Hennis Cowboys and Cowgirls. So go get them and let's win. Remember, we are the Hennis.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get ready to start the top of the second. Leading off the inning for the Cowboys is the third baseman, number 8, Dalen Gonzalez, with Jacob Alfaro on the mound for the Bruni Badgers. First pitch coming up outside for ball 1. One ball, no strikes on Gonzalez. The pitch catches the outside corner for strike 1. So 1 ball, 1 strike on Gonzalez. The pitch, swing and a miss for strike 2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes on the third baseman, Dalen Gonzalez. The pitch, and Gonzalez is going to get hit by the pitch. So Dalen will make his way towards first base on the hit by pitch. And up next is the second baseman, number 2, J.J. Garcia. And they're going to check the runner as Gonzalez gets back in time. Gonzalez with a big lead. And the pitch right down the middle for strike 1. So no balls and 1 strike on J.J. Garcia with Dalen Gonzalez on first base for the Cowboys, who got hit by the pitch. Alfaro on the mound for the Badgers. Delivers a pitch. Catches the outside corner for strike 2. So no balls and 2 strikes on Garcia. Once again, Dalen Gonzalez on first for the Cowboys. And Alfaro steps off the mound. Gonzalez with a big lead once again on first. The pitch, swing and a miss. First strike 3 is a breaking ball. Up next is the left fielder, number 3, Eusebio Tapia.
One out, the runner at first, number 3, Tapia.
Once again, Dalen Gonzalez with a good sized lead on first. Eusebio now at the plate for the Cowboys. The first pitch Tapia fouls it off, and it's just going to go out of play. So no balls and 1 strike on Tapia. Once again, Dalen Gonzalez on first as he got hit by the pitch. And Eusebio Tapia now at the plate for the Cowboys. On deck, you have the first baseman, A.J. Bridges. And they're going to check the runner once again. Gonzalez gets back in time. So Tapia at the plate, no balls, 1 strike. Dalen Gonzalez on first with a good lead. The pitch, swing and a miss. And Gonzalez making his way towards second, is going to get there safely as the throw is off target. So no balls and 2 strikes now on Eusebio Tapia.
Got 0-2 here at the plate.
The pitch, high and inside for ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Tapia. Dalen Gonzalez standing on second. The pitch to Tapia, high for ball 2. So 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Ball high. He's going to bring the count to 2-2.
2 balls and 2 strikes on Tapia. The pitch, breaking ball inside, so the count's now full. 3 balls and 2 strikes on Eusebio Tapia. Playing left field today. Dalen Gonzalez on second. And now the umpire gives the head coach timeout, so he can go out there and speak to his pitcher. So once again, ladies and gentlemen, this is the regional quarterfinal game. This is game 1 of the best of 3 series between the Bruni Badgers and your D'Hanis Cowboys. Game 2, and if necessary, game 3, set for tomorrow, beginning at noon in Devine, Texas. And back to play we go. Eusebio Tapia at the plate with a full count, 3 balls, 2 strikes with 1 out. Dalen Gonzalez standing on second.
Number 3, Tapia at the plate with a full count, runner at second.
The pitch, Tapia hits it and fouls it down right field line, and the wind's going to blow it out. So the count's full, 3 balls and 2 strikes on Tapia. Once again with 1 out here in the top of the second, Cowboys leading 1-0. Dalen Gonzalez standing on second as he got hit by the pitch. Eusebio Tapia with the full count. Alfaro with the pitch, just high and outside for ball 4. So Tapia battles back and draws a walk. So Gonzalez on second, Eusebio Tapia on first. Brings up the first baseman, number 20, A.J. Bridges. And Alfaro's going to step off the mound as they continue to worry about Gonzalez on second. Excuse me. A.J. Bridges at the plate. The pitch, Bridges squares around, lays down a nice bunt. And Bridges, using his 4.4 speed, is going to get called out at first. But A.J. Bridges lays down a nice bunt and advances Gonzalez to third and Tapia to second. So we're back to the top of the lineup. with the center fielder, number 28, Luke Langfield. The pitch, Langfield swings, nice hard hit to center field. Is going to bring in Gonzalez. Tapia trailing him. Is going to come in and score. So Luke Langfield
With a single, driving in 2 more runs.
brings in 2 runs with a nice hard hit to center field. And the Cowboys now lead 3-0. Here in the top of the second. Up next is the pitcher, number 22, Leighton Herman. And Langfield making his way towards second, no throw, so he's going to steal second safely.
Langfield steals second.
And the first pitch to Herman is a ball high. So 1 ball, no strikes on Herman. Langfield on second. The pitch outside for ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes on Leighton Herman. Today's pitcher for the Cowboys, getting the start here in game number 1. The pitch, Herman swings and misses for strike 1. So 2 balls and 1 strike on Leighton Herman. Once again, Luke Langfield on second. Got a nice hard hit to center field, bringing in 2 runs as he brought in Tapia and Gonzalez. The pitch outside for ball 3. So 3 balls and 1 strike on Leighton Herman.
Outside, going to bring the count to 3-1.
The pitch just a bit outside for ball 4. So runners now on first and second as Herman draws the walk. And up next is the catcher, number 14, Ethan Reyes. And coming into the ballgame to courtesy run is number 15, Kobe Fortner. Now standing on first for the Cowboys. Ethan Reyes at the plate. The pitch, and Langfield making his way to third. No attempt. So runners on the corners for the Cowboys as Langfield steals third base. And they're going to check the runner at first as Fortner gets back in time. So Luke Langfield on third, Kobe Fortner on first, Ethan Reyes at the plate for the Cowboys. Cowboys have brought in 2 runs here in the top of the second. Alfaro on the mound for the Badgers delivers a pitch. Reyes swings and hits it to center field. And the catch will be made for out number 3. So the Cowboys leave 2 stranded but bring 2 across. You're watching Dana's Cowboy Baseball. We'll be right back.
Hi, welcome back. I'm certainly glad you could join me today because today is a very, very special day to me, and I'm glad that you're here to share it with me. So let's get started. Tell you what, I want to get you to try being creative on canvas, just to take your time and sit down and have nothing in mind when you start. Just have a good feeling and be happy and in love with life and your world, and sit down and begin playing. Okay, now I'm going to wash the old brush. And as you know, we wash our brushes with odorless thinner, shake off the excess, just beat the devil out of it. I hope you've enjoyed this. It's a super little painting. It'll teach you a great deal. And I want to thank you once again for sharing today with me because this was a very special day. And from all of us here, I'd like to wish you happy painting and God bless.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, live from Freer High School. This is game one of the best of three series between the Bruni Badgers and your Dennis Cowboys. Regional quarterfinal game. Leighton Herman on the mound for the Cowboys. First pitch, swing and a miss. First strike one. At the plate for the Bruni Badgers is the third baseman, number 3, Daniel Cepeda. Cepeda with the hit, fielded by Henry at short, fires it over to first, and a nice stretch by Bridges as the ball goes right under him. So Cepeda will reach on the error. Up next is the first baseman, number 15, Esteban Chapa.
Stepping up to the plate, number 15, Esteban Chapa.
Herman with the pitch. Chapa pops it up. And Tapia getting right under it as he gets called up by Luke Langford out in center field for the catch for out number 1. Up next is the center fielder, number 14, Santana Gonzalez.
At the plate with one out, the runner first, number 14, Santana.
Once again, Daniel Cepeda on first for the Badgers. Santana Gonzalez at the plate. First pitch outside for ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes on Gonzalez. The runner on first. Herman with the pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 1. So 1 ball, 1 strike with 1 out here in the bottom of the second. Cowboys leading 3-0. This is game 1 of the regional quarterfinal game. The best of 3 series. Herman with a pitch, swing and a miss, strike 2. One ball and 2 strikes on Santana Gonzalez. The pitch from Herman, right down the middle for strike 3. And out number 2. Brings up the left fielder, number 4, Rudy Vergara.
At the plate, number 4, Rudy Vergara.
Herman with the pitch, breaking ball and fouled back into the net. So no balls and 1 strike on the batter, the left fielder, number 4, Rudy Vergara, with Daniel Cepeda on first for the Badgers. Herman with the pitch, swing and a miss, strike 2. So no balls and 2 strikes on the batter. Herman with the pitch, right down the middle for strike 3. So as we head to the top of the third, Badgers leave 1 stranded. D'Hanis leads 3-0. You're watching D'Hanis Cowboy Baseball. We'll be right back.
You're watching live coverage on the D'Hanis Athletics page, home of the Cowboys and Cowgirls. Make sure to follow us on Facebook and Twitter for the most up-to-date and late-breaking information. And go Cowboys and Cowgirls! You're watching live coverage on the D'Hanis Athletics page, home of the Cowboys and Cowgirls. Make sure to follow us on Facebook and Twitter for the most up-to-date and late-breaking information. And go Cowboys and Cowgirls!
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen.
Off the inning, number 6.
Leading off is the shortstop, number 6, Ryan Henry. First pitch coming up. Henry swings and fouls it out of play, so no balls and 1 strike. In between innings, if you don't hear any sound and you see some action going on as the team will warm up, I'm trying to avoid any cutoffs from Facebook or anybody, so due to music rights, so it'll be quiet, and then we'll turn the sound back on when play resumes. Second pitch right down the middle, so no balls and 2 strikes on Ryan Henry.
Called strike on the inside. It's going to bring the count to 0-2. Andrew.
And Henry with a nice hard hit to third base. Third baseman bobbles it, fires it over to first, and gets Henry out. Nice throw by Daniel Cepeda as he bobbled it, regained control, and fired it over. And up next is a designated player, number 11, Will Shavy. The pitch, Shavy swings, fielded by a third baseman, fires it over to first. And once again, back-to-back plays made by the third baseman, Daniel Cepeda, as he gets out number 1 and 2. Up next is the third baseman, number 8, Dalen Gonzalez.
Taking up in play with 2 outs. Number 8, Gonzalez.
Gonzalez with the towering shot to left field. And it is gone. Oh, they're going to say it bounced over. So Dalen Gonzalez, the nice hard hit to left field, bounces off the turf over the fence. So a ground rule double. Up next is the second baseman, number 2, J.J. Garcia.
Number 2, Garcia.
The pitch right down the middle for a called strike. No balls and 1 strike on Garcia. Garcia with a nice hard hit to second, gets by the second baseman, and Gonzalez making his way in. It's an RBI double for J.J. Garcia as Dalen Gonzalez comes in to score.
At the plate with the runner at second, number 3.
Up next is the left fielder, number 3, Eusebio Tapia. It's just a bit high, so 1 ball and no strikes on Eusebio Tapia. The pitch swings and misses for strike 1. So 1 ball and 1 strike on Eusebio Tapia. With J.J. Garcia standing on second for the Cowboys. Eusebio Tapia at the plate. The pitch to Tapia. Breaking ball, catches the outside corner for strike 2. So 1 ball, 2 strikes on Tapia. Once again, J.J. Garcia at second for the Cowboys. The pitch, breaking ball outside, and Garcia's going to make his way towards third. So deuces across the board, 2 balls, 2 strikes with 2 outs here in the top of the third. Cowboys leading 4-0. The pitch, high for ball 3. So the count's full, 3 balls, 2 strikes. On the left fielder, Eusebio Tapia. Once again, J.J. Garcia on third for the Cowboys. The pitch on the turf for ball 4. So Tapia battles back and draws a walk.
Coming up to the plate, number 20.
Brings up the first baseman, number 20, A.J. Bridges. And some aggressive base running by Tapia. He advances to second. So A.J. Bridges with an opportunity here to bring in some runs. The pitch right down the middle, strike 1. No balls and 1 strike on the first baseman, A.J. Bridges. J.J. Garcia on third, Eusebio Tapia on second. The pitch high for ball 1. So 1 ball and 1 strike on Bridges. With runners on second and third. The pitch inside. Catches the inside corner for a called strike 2. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Bridges. J.J. Garcia on third, Eusebio Tapia on second. The pitch, breaking ball inside for ball 2. So once again, deuces across the board, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. And number 20, A.J. Bridges at the plate for the Cowboys with 2 runners on. J.J. Garcia on third, Eusebio Tapia on second. The pitch on the turf, good stop by the catcher. Brings the count full, 3 balls and 2 strikes.
It's going to bring the count full to 3 and 2. Runners at second and third, 2 outs.
The pitch high for ball 4, gets by the catcher, bounces back right to him, so the runners go back to their bases. And A.J. Bridges wins that battle, and he draws a walk, so the bases are now loaded for the Cowboys. Back to the top of the lineup with the center fielder, number 28, Luke Langfield at the plate.
Stepping up to the plate, number 28, Langfield.
First pitch coming up outside for ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes on Langfield. Bases loaded. Garcia on third, Tapia on second, Bridges on first. Luke Langfield at the plate. The pitch inside for a called strike. So 1 ball and 1 strike on Langfield. Once again, this is the regional quarterfinal game. Game 1 of the best of 3 series. Cowboys are the designated visiting team. The pitch, Langfield swings and fouls it out of play. So the count is 1 ball and 2 strikes on Luke Langfield. Once again with the bases loaded. J.J. Garcia on third, Eusebio Tapia on second, A.J. Bridges on first. And Luke Langfield at the plate with 1 ball and 2 strikes with 2 outs. The pitch, Langfield swings, and the wind's gonna catch it and blow it out into the bullpen.
Keep the count at 1 and 2.
So the count remains 1 ball and 2 strikes on Langfield. One ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Luke Langfield at the plate, bases loaded. Pitch, Langfield swings, chops it, and it's going to go foul down the third base line. Count remains 1 ball, 2 strikes with 2 outs here in the top of the third. Bases loaded. Once again, J.J. Garcia on third, Eusebio Tapia on second, A.J. Bridges at first, and Luke Langfield at the plate battling with a count of 1 ball and 2 strikes. The Wind up in the pitch. Breaking ball. Langfield fouls it back into the net. So 1 ball and 2 strikes as Luke Langfield continues the battle here. Garcia, Tapia, and Bridges on base pass. The pitch inside. Langfield fouls it off once again as he continues to protect the plate. So 1 ball, 2 strikes on Luke Langfield with the bases loaded. The pitch high for ball 2. Deuces across the board. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Here in the top of the 3rd. Bases loaded for Luke Langfield. The pitch swings and misses for strike 3 as the Cowboys leave 3 stranded, but bring 1 across and extend their lead to 4-0. You're watching D'Hanis Cowboy Baseball. We'll be right back. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Live from Freer High School. Leading off the inning is number 20, DJ Gutierrez. Leighton Herman on the mound for the Cowboys, getting to start here in game 1. First pitch is outside for ball 1. So 1 ball and no strikes on Gutierrez. Ethan Reyes behind the plate for the Cowboys. Herman with the pitch on the turf for ball 2. Dalen Gonzalez at 3rd, Ryan Henry at shortstop, JJ Garcia at 2nd, AJ Bridges on 1st. And in the outfield from left to right, Eusebio Tapia, Luke Langfield, and Marcus Hernandez. Herman with the pitch, catches the outside corner for strike 1. So 2 balls and 1 strike on Gutierrez. Herman with a pitch, inside and low for ball 3. So 3 balls and 1 strike on DJ Gutierrez. Herman with the pitch, catches the outside corner, so the count's now full. 3 balls and 2 strikes on the batter. The pitch from Herman. Gutierrez hits it, chopped, fielded by Gonzalez at 3rd, fires it over to 1st. Scooped up by Bridges for the out. Nice scoop by AJ Bridges as Dalen Gonzalez fires it over for out number 1. At the plate now is the shortstop number 9, Jorge Presa. Presa scores around, shows bunt, and it's foul tipped into the catcher's mitt, so no balls and 1 strike on Presa. Herman with the pitch, swing and a miss for strike 2. So no balls and 2 strikes on Jorge Presa. With 1 out here in the bottom of the 3rd. Cowboys leading 4-0. This is game 1 of the best of 3 series. Regional quarterfinal game. Leighton Herman with the windup in the pitch. Popped up And Reyes is going to call everyone off. The wind blows it. And Reyes gets right under it and makes the catch for the second out. Up next is the catcher, number 5, Andrew Alanis.
With 2 outs. Number 5, Andrew Alanis.
So 2 up, 2 down. Once again, Leighton Herman getting a start here in game 1. And wind up with the pitch just a bit high for ball 1. One ball, no strikes on Alanis. The pitch from Herman right down the middle for a called strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. The pitch. Alanis hits it, and A.J. Bridges with the beautiful catch at first as he jumps just a little bit for out number 3 as we head to the top of the 4th. Cowboys lead 4-0. You're watching D'Hanis Cowboy Baseball. We'll be right back. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Leading off the inning for the Cowboys is the pitcher, number 22, Leighton Herman. First pitch high for ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes on Leighton Herman, the pitcher for today's game. Pitch outside for ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes on Herman, with Jacob Alfaro on the mound for the Bruni Badgers. Excuse me, Andrew Alanis on the mound. So 2 balls and 1 strike on Leighton Herman. The pitch high for ball 3. 3 balls and 1 strike on Leighton Herman. And number 5, Andrew Alanis on the mound for the Bruni Badgers. The pitch, Herman swings and fouls it back into the net. So the count is now full. 3 balls and 2 strikes.
Going to bring the count full, 3-2. Number 14, Reyes is on deck.
So full count, 3 balls and 2 strikes on Leighton Herman. The pitch, Herman swings and fouls it out of play once again. Count remains full. Ethan Reyes on deck for the Cowboys. The pitch from Alanis. Swing and a miss for strike 3 and out number 1. So up next, once again, is the catcher, number 14, Ethan Reyes.
Number 14, Reyes.
First pitch is low and inside for ball 1. So 1 ball and no strikes on Ethan Reyes. Alanis with a pitch. Reyes swings, hits it. Fielded by Alanis. Fires it over to first. And not in time as the first baseman drops the ball. So Reyes will reach on first base safely. And brings up the shortstop, number 6, Ryan Hendry.
First, number 6, Hendry. And courtesy running for Reyes at first. Entering the ballgame is number 4, Rain Redden. Number 4, checking in to run at first base, number 4, Redden.
So once again, the shortstop, number 6, Ryan Henry, at the plate for the Cowboys. Rain Redden on first. Redden making his way. Henry with the nice hard hit, fielded by the third baseman. Fires it over to first, bobbles it, and he's going to reach safely.
Henry reaches first safely.
And up next is the designated player, number 11, Will Shavy. Hard hit by Ryan Henry to Daniel Cepeda as he bobbled it and fired it over to first. Now the head coach making his way over to his first baseman, Esteban Chapa, to make sure everything's okay. So once again, Rain Redden on second, Ryan Henry on first, and now at the plate, the designated player is number 11, Will Shavy.
At the plate with 1 out and runners at first and second, number 11.
So the Cowboys threatening here with the runner on second and first. Shavy at the plate. Andrew Alanis on the mound for the Badgers. The pitch inside for ball 1. One ball, no strikes on Shavy. The pitch, Shavy swings and fouls it off his back, so the count is now 1 ball and 1 strike with 1 out. Once again, Rain Redden standing on second, Ryan Henry on first, and Will Shavy at the plate. Both runners with a good-sized lead. Alanis looks back, and he's going to check the runner. So the count remains 1 ball and 1 strike with 1 out here in the top of the 4th. Runners on first and second. Will Shavy at the plate. The pitch. Shavy swings and fouls it out of play down the right field side of the field. Brings the count to 1 ball and 2 strikes. One ball and 2 strikes on Will Shavy. Rain Redden on second, Ryan Henry on first. Alanis on the mound, delivers a pitch, loses control. So Redden's going to advance to third, and Henry will advance to second. So it brings the count to 2 balls and 2 strikes. Once again, as both runners advance. The pitch. Shavy with a nice hard shot to center field. He's going to bring in Redden, And Ryan Henry making his way in as Will Shabby delivers 2 runs, and the Cowboys extend their lead 6-0. And up next is the third baseman, number 8, Daylen Gonzalez. The pitch catches the outside corner for strike 1. So no balls and 1 strike on Gonzalez. Will Shavy on first for the Cowboys. Gonzalez at the plate. Andrew Alanis on the mound for the Badgers. And they're going to check Shavy at first, and Shavy's going to get back in time. Count remains no balls and 1 strike on the third baseman, Daylen Gonzalez. The pitch, breaking ball, bit inside. So 1 ball and 1 strike on Gonzalez. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out here in the top of the 4th. Daylen Gonzalez at the plate. Will Shavy on first with a good lead. The pitch, Gonzalez fouls it back. Brings the count to 1 ball and 2 strikes. One ball and 2 strikes on the third baseman, Daylen Gonzalez, with Will Shavy on first for the Cowboys. The pitch, Gonzalez swings, a nice hard hit to third. Fielder by the third baseman, fires it over to first. And they're going to say that they're going to get Gonzalez for out number 2. So Shavy advances to second on the fielders. And up next is the second baseman, number 2, J.J. Garcia. The pitch, Garcia swings, chops it over the head of the first baseman, fielded by the shortstop, fires it over to first. And Garcia's going to reach safely as Shavy comes in to score. So the Cowboys now lead 7-0 on an infield single by J.J. Garcia. So brings up the left fielder, number 3, Eusebio Tapia, to the plate. And Garcia making his way towards second. No attempt by the catcher. So Garcia will steal second. So 1 ball and no strikes on Tapia, with Garcia with a good sized lead on second. The pitch, high for ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes on the batter, Eusebio Tapia. J.J. Garcia on second for the Cowboys. The pitch on the turf for ball 3, and Garcia's going to make his way towards third, and he's going to reach safely. So 3 balls and no strikes on Eusebio Tapia. The pitch high for ball 4 as the ball gets back to the catcher quickly. And Tapia looking. So runners on the corners for the Cowboys. And brings up the first baseman, number 20, A.J. Bridges.
Stepping up to the plate with 2 outs and runners at the corner, number 20, Bridges.
First pitch, and Tapia's going to make his way towards second. So 1 ball and no strikes on Bridges. pitch catches the outside corner for strike one. So 1 ball and 1 strike on A.J. Bridges. J.J. Garcia on third. Eusebio Tapia on second. The pitch low for ball 2. So 2 balls and 1 strike on Bridges. Here in the top of the 4th, Cowboys lead 7-0. They have brought in 3 runs here. The pitch to Bridges, inside corner for strike 2. So deuces across the board. 2 balls, 2 strikes with 2 outs here in the top of the 4th. The pitch, Bridges swings and misses. They're going to call a foul. So 2 balls and 2 strikes on A.J. Bridges. Once again with J.J. Garcia on third. Eusebio Tapia on second. And A.J. Bridges at the plate battling with the 2-2 count. The pitch inside, breaking ball. Called strike 3. Cowboys leave 2 stranded, but bring 3 across and extend their lead to 7-0. You're watching the Hennis Cowboy Baseball. We'll be right
Hi, welcome back. I'm certainly glad you could join me today because today is a very, very special day to me, and I'm glad that you're here to share it with me. So let's get started. Tell you what, I want to get you to try being creative on canvas. Just to take your time and sit down and have nothing in mind when you start. Just have a good feeling and be happy and in love with life and your world and sit down and begin playing. Okay, now I'm going to wash the old brush. And as you know, we wash our brushes with odorless thinner, shake off the excess, just beat the devil out of it. I hope you've enjoyed this. It's a super little painting. It'll teach you a great deal. And I want to thank you once again for sharing today with me, because this was a very special day. And from all of us here, I'd like to wish you happy painting and God bless.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Live from Freer High School. Bottom of the 4th. Cowboys leading 7-0 over the Bruni Badgers. Up next is the catcher, number 10, Jacob Alfaro, leading off the inning for the Bruni Badgers. Once again, this is the regional quarterfinal game, number 1, a best-of-3 series. Game 2 and 3, if necessary, set for tomorrow beginning at noon. Live from Divine High School. Leighton Herman remains on the mound for the Cowboys. Herman delivers the first pitch in there for strike 1. So no balls and 1 strike on Alfaro. The pitch, Alfaro hits it, chopped, fielded by Gonzalez at third, fires it over to first, and in and out of the glove of Bridges. So Alfaro now on first for the Badgers, and up next is the second baseman, number 24, Mauricio Hernandez. And a courtesy runner coming in for Hernandez will be number 8, Leo Peña.
Coming in to run first base.
Once again at the plate is Mauricio Hernandez.
At the plate, the runner at first, number 24, Mauricio Hernandez.
Herman with the pitch. Hit, fielded by Gonzalez, fires it over to second for the force out. Garcia makes the steps on the bag for out number 1. As Hernandez reaches first on the fielder's choice. Up next is the third baseman, number 3, Daniel Cepeda.
Number 3, Daniel Cepeda.
Herman's first pitch is high for ball one. 1 ball, no strikes. On the batter. Herman with the pitch. Catches the outside corner for strike one. 1 ball and 1 strike on Daniel Cepeda. Runner on first for the Badgers. Outside for ball 2. 2 balls and 1 strike on Cepeda. The runner on first. The pitch from Herman, swing and a miss for strike 2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes on the batter. The pitch from Herman, swing and a miss for strike 3. And out number 2. That is the 4th strikeout for Leighton Herman here in the ballgame. And up next is the first baseman, number 15, Esteban Chapa. Herman with the pitch, swing and a miss, strike 1. No balls and 1 strike on Chapa. The runner on first. Herman checks his runner, bounces off the turf, and gets by Bridges, but no advancement. So once again, no balls and 1 strike on the first baseman, Esteban Chapa. Leighton Herman on the mound for the Cowboys here in game 1. Delivers the pitch outside and high for ball 1. 1 ball and 1 strike on the batter. Chapa fouls it off the net. Brings the count to 1 ball and 2 strikes.
It's going to bring the count to 1 and 2.
Herman with the pitch. Chops it up over the head of Herman. Fielded by Henry. Fires it over to first to Bridges. And they're going to get the out. We're out number 3 as we head to the top of the 5th. Cowboys lead 7-0. You're watching the Hennis Cowboy Baseball. We'll be right back. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, live from Freer High School. As we begin with the top of the lineup, leading off the inning will be the center fielder, number 28, Luke Langfield.
Leading off the inning for the Cowboys, number 28.
Remaining on the mound for the Badgers is number 5, Andrew Alanis. First pitch, Langfield with a nice hard hit. Goes shopping at the gap. And the center fielder slips, and Langfield's going to make his way towards second and slide in safely. So Luke Langfield gets the inning started. And up next is the pitcher number 22, Leighton Herman.
Stepping into the box, number 22, Herman.
First pitch, catches the outside corner for strike one. So no balls and 1 strike on Herman. Once again, Luke Langfield on second for the Cowboys. The pitch outside once again, but just misses, so ball one. 1 ball and 1 strike on Herman. And inside, it's going to hit Herman. So Herman's going to make his way towards first as he gets hit by the pitch. So runners now on first and second for the catcher, number 14, Ethan Reyes.
14, Reyes.
Once again, everyone is watching game 1 here of the regional quarterfinal.
Number 15, Fortner.
Kobe Fortner checks into the ballgame, now at first base for Herman. And the first pitch gets by the catcher as the pitcher loses control. And both runners advance to second and third. So 1 ball and no strikes on Reyes. The pitch from Alanis, high and outside for ball 2. Alanis with a pitch on the turf, gets by the catcher. And they're going to hold up Langfield at third. So the count is now 3 balls and no strikes on Ethan Reyes. So Langfield on third, Fortner on second, Ethan Reyes at the plate with the 3 balls and no strikes. Count on him. Alanis delivers a pitch right down the middle for strike 1. 3 balls and 1 strike on Reyes. Runners on second and third. The pitch inside for ball 4. It's going to load up the bases for the Cowboys. Up next is the shortstop, number 6, Ryan Henry.
Up to the plate, number 6.
And we're going to have a little conference with the head coach as he makes his visit towards the mound. He's going to bring in the infield. So we'd like to take this time out to thank everybody for watching here on D'Hanis Athletics on Facebook and also on YouTube. And once again, congratulations to the D'Hanis Cowgirls softball team as they defeated Lakey 15-0. And they are regional semifinal champions and will be advancing to the Region 4 final versus Bartlett sometime next week. So once we find out that information, we'll share it and post it with everyone. But once again, you're watching Game 1 of the regional quarterfinal game here between the Bruni Badgers and your D'Hanis Cowboys. Game 2, and if necessary, Game 3 set for tomorrow at Divine High School beginning at noon. You can watch here live on D'Hanis Athletics. And we're going to have a new pitcher entering the ballgame for the Badgers. It looks like it's going to be moving from second base to the mound is number 24, Mauricio Hernandez. The Cowboys got started scoring 1 run in the first, 2 in the second, 1 in the third, and 3 in the fourth as they are here in the top of the 5th with the bases loaded. With Langfield on third, Leighton Herman on second, which is Kobe Fortner courtesy running. And at first, as Ethan Reyes just drew the walk, and courtesy running for Reyes will be Rain Redden. As Hernandez continues to warm up for the Badgers. Once again, this is Game 1 of the regional quarterfinal of the best of 3 series between the Bruni Badgers and your D'Hanis Cowboys. Once again, a new pitcher on the mound for the Badgers, number 24, Mauricio Hernandez, with the bases loaded, with Ryan Henry now at the plate for the Cowboys. First pitch coming up from Hernandez. Low for ball one. Luke Langford on third, Kobe Fortner on second, Rain Redden on first, Ryan Henry at the plate. Hernandez with a pitch. Catch to the outside corner for a called strike. 1 ball and 1 strike on Ryan Henry. Bases loaded. The pitch outside corner for strike 2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes on Henry. Pitch from Hernandez on the turf for ball 2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes on Henry. Langfield, Fortner, and Redden on the base path. Ryan Henry at the plate with 2 balls, 2 strikes. Hernandez on the mound, delivers a pitch. Henry swings and misses for out number 1. It's going to bring up the designated player number 11, Will Shavy, to the plate.
For out number 1. Stepping up to the plate with 1 out and bases loaded, number 11. Chavez.
Hernandez with a pitch. Shavy swings and fouls it out of play. So the count is now no balls and 1 strike on Will Shavy with the bases loaded once again. Luke Langfield, Kobe Fortner, Rain Redden. The pitch. Shavy sends a shot to center field, deep, and the center fielder is going to get right under it to make the catch for out number 2. And Langfield will come in and score, and the Cowboys now lead 8-0. And up next is the third baseman, number 8, Daylin Gonzalez.
At the plate, number 8, Gonzalez.
And Hernandez will step off the mound, fake his throw to third and first. So once again, Daylin Gonzalez at the plate for the Cowboys, with Fortner on third, Redden making his way towards second. And a pitch right down the middle for a called strike 1. So Fortner on third, Rain Redden standing on second, and Daylin Gonzalez at the plate for the Cowboys. Hernandez with the pitch outside for ball 1. So 1 ball and 1 strike on the third baseman, Daylin Gonzalez. Hernandez with the pitch inside for ball 2.
Ball inside. He's going to bring the count to 2-1.
So 2 balls and 1 strike on Daylin Gonzalez. The pitch. Gonzalez swings, hits it up the middle, fielded by the shortstop, fires it over to first, and they're going to get him in time. So the Cowboys leave 2 stranded, and now lead 8-0. You're watching the Hennis Cowboy Baseball. We'll be right back. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, live from Freer High School. Leading off the inning for the Badgers is the center fielder, number 14, Santana Gonzalez.
For the Badgers, number 14.
And the defense remains the same for the Cowboys. Leighton Herman on the mound, Ethan Reyes behind the plate. First pitch from Herman. Swing and a miss for strike one. And the infield for the Cowboys, third base, Dele Gonzalez, shortstop, Ryan Henry. Second base, J.J. Garcia. At first base, A.J. Bridges. And the outfield from left to right, Eusebio Tapia, Luke Langfield, and Marcus Hernandez. So no balls and 2 strikes on the batter, number 14, Santana Gonzalez, with the Cowboys leading 8-0 here in the bottom of the 5th. The pitch from Herman. Breaking ball just a bit high for ball 1.
Ball high is going to bring the count to 1-2.
So 1 ball and 2 strikes on the batter. Herman with the pitch outside for ball 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Herman with the pitch, breaking ball, just a bit high, breaks the count full. 3 balls and 2 strikes on the batter. The pitch, hit, fielded by Gonzalez at third, fires it over to first to Bridges for out number 1. Up next is the left fielder, number 4, Rudy Vergara. Looks like we're going to have a pinch hitter. It'll be number 8, Leo Peña, for the Badgers.
Stepping up to the plate with 1 out, number 8, Leo Peña.
Once again, Leighton Herman on the mound for the Cowboys, as he got the start here for game number 1. Leo Peña at the plate now for the Badgers. Herman with the windup and the pitch, as Peña squared around and pulled back for ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes on Peña. Herman with the pitch inside for ball 2. So 2 balls and no strikes on the batter. Peña scores around, lays down the bunt. Reyes fields it, fires it over to first to Bridges for out number 2. Brings up number 20, DJ Gutierrez,
Number 20.
with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 5th.
Go, DJ!
Herman with the pitch, low for ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes on DJ Gutierrez. Pitch from Herman. Gutierrez hits it, fouls it into the dugout. So the count is now 1 ball and 1 strike on the batter. Herman with the pitch on the turf for ball 2. So 2 balls and 1 strike on Gutierrez. Gutierrez with the hit, fielded by Gonzalez at third. Fires it over to first, and Bridges
for out number
with the
3.
catch for out number 3. So we head to the top of the 6th. Cowboys lead 8-0. You're watching the Hennis Cowboy Baseball. We'll be right back.
Hi, welcome back. I'm certainly glad you could join me today because today is a very, very special day to me, and I'm glad that you're here to share it with me. So let's get started. Tell you what, I want to get you to try being creative on canvas, just to take your time and sit down, have nothing in mind when you start. Just have a good feeling and be happy and in love with life and your world, and sit down and begin playing. Okay, now I'm going to wash the old brush. And as you know, we wash our brushes with odorless thinner, shake off the excess, just beat the devil out of it. I hope you've enjoyed this. It's a super little painting. It'll teach you a great deal. And I want to thank you once again for sharing today with me, because this was a very special day. And from all of us here, I'd like to wish you happy painting and God bless.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Leading off the inning for the Cowboys is the second baseman, number 2, J.J. Garcia.
Leading off the inning for the Cowboys, number 2, Jay Garcia.
First pitch is high for ball 1. One ball and no strikes on J.J. Garcia. The pitch inside and high for ball 2. The pitch in there for strike 1. So 2 balls and 1 strike on Garcia.
Strike's going to bring the count to 2-1.
The pitch, Garcia swings and misses for strike 2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes on Garcia. Hernandez with the pitch. Garcia swings and fouls it out of play. Count remains 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Garcia fouls that one off. It's going to keep the count at 2-2.
So the count is now full 3 balls and 2 strikes on Garcia. The pitch from Hernandez. Garcia with a nice hard hit. Field. Oh, goes under the glove of the third baseman. And Garcia will reach first.
Garcia reaches first safely.
Up next is the left fielder, number 3, Eusebio Tapia.
Tapia.
And Garcia is going to get checked at first, and Garcia is going to get back in time by the pitcher, Mauricio Hernandez. So no count on Eusebio Tapia. With Garcia on first. The pitch. And Tapia swings and fouls it out of play. So no balls and 1 strike on Eusebio Tapia. J.J. Garcia on first for the Cowboys. Garcia with a good sized lead on first. Hernandez on the mound for the Badgers. Fires it over, and Tapia swings and once again hits it out of play. So the count is now no balls and 2 strikes on Eusebio Tapia, getting a start in left field tonight. The pitch, breaking ball just inside for ball 1. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Eusebio Tapia. Once again, JJ Garcia on first, a good sized lead. And Hernandez going to check him, and Garcia's going to get back in time. The pitch on the turf for ball 2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes on Tapia.
2-2 on Tapia.
Hernandez with a pitch outside as Garcia makes his way towards second. So JJ Garcia steals second. Count is now full on Eusebio Tapia. The pitch inside corner for strike 3 and out number 1. So up next is the first baseman.
Stepping up to the plate, number 4.
Actually, we're going to have a pinch hitter, number 4, Rain Redden. So JJ Garcia standing on second for the Cowboys, and now pinch hitting is number 4, Rain Redden, at the plate for the Cowboys. The pitch low for ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes on Redden. And Hernandez going to step off the mound. So the count remains 1 ball and no strikes on Redden. Garcia on second for the Cowboys. The pitch outside for ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes on Rain Redden. JJ Garcia on second. Once again, 2 balls, no strikes on Rain Redden. Hernandez on the mound for the Badgers. There's a pitch outside for ball 3. So 3 balls and no strikes on Redden. The pitch on the turf for ball 4. So Redden draws the walk. So runners on first and second for the Cowboys, and back to the top of the lineup. with the senior center fielder, number 28, Luke Langfield, now at the plate. The pitch, Langfield swings, hits it, fielded by a third baseman, misses a tag, fires it over to first. Ball gets by the first baseman, so Garcia's going to come in and score. And they're going to hold up Redden at third. So runners on the corners for the Cowboys. And now the head coach is going to check with the umpire to make sure that the third baseman applied the tag on the runner. Going to say he missed him. So Garcia comes in and scores for the Cowboys.
Run does come across.
And Rain Redden standing on third with Langfield on first. And up next is the pitcher, number 22, Leighton Herman. The pitch. Herman swings and sends a shot to right field. Going deep. And gets by the right fielder. So Redden will come in and score. And they're going to hold up Langfield at third. And Herman with the stand-up double. And the Cowboys now lead 10-0 over the Bruni Badgers. And courtesy running for Herman is number 15, Kobe Fortner. And up next is the catcher, number 14, Ethan Reyes.
At the plate with one out, runners at second and third, number 14, Reyes.
Breaking ball outside for ball one. So 1 ball and no strikes on Reyes with Langfield on third, Fortner on second. The pitch, swing and a miss for strike one. So 1 ball and 1 strike on Reyes with 1 out. Here at the top of the 6th. The pitch, low for ball 2. 2 balls and 1 strike on Reyes. Once again, Luke Langfield on third, Kobe Fortner on second. The pitch, Reyes swings and fouls it out of play. So the count is now 2 balls and 2 strikes.
That one off. It's going to bring the count 2-2. Got 1 out, and runners at second and third.
The pitch from Hernandez, high for ball 3. So the count is now full on Reyes, 3 balls and 2 strikes. With runners on second and third. The pitch, Reyes swings and fouls it down third baseline. Count remains full, 3 balls and 2 strikes on Ethan Reyes with 1 out. The pitch from Hernandez. Reyes swings and hits it down right field line. The wind's going to blow it out. So the count remains full on Reyes.
Keeping the count full, 3-2.
3 balls and 2 strikes on the catcher, Ethan Reyes. Luke Langfield on third, Kobe Fortner on second. And Ryan Henry on deck for the Cowboys. The pitch. Reyes swings and sends a shot to the second baseman. Loses it. And Langfield's going to come in and score. They're going to hold up Fortner at third. So the Cowboys with runners on the corners. Once again, up next is the shortstop, number 6, Ryan Henry.
Into the box with runners at the corners and 1 out. Number 6, Hendry. 25, Lewis checks in.
And Ryan Lewis checks into the ballgame at first base to courtesy run for Ethan Reyes. The pitch low for ball one. So 1 ball and no strikes on Hendry. With Kobe Fortner on third, Ryan Lewis on first, and Ryan Henry at the plate. 1 ball, no strikes with 1 out. The pitch, Lewis making his way towards second. No attempt. So 2 balls and no strikes on Henry. And now there's the pitch. High for ball 3.
Ball inside. It's going to put the count at 3-0.
The pitch. He's going to catch the outside corner for strike 1.
On the outside corner.
So 3 balls and 1 strike on Ryan Henry. The pitch. And Henry will draw a walk. And it's going to load up the bases for the Cowboys. That's going to bring up the designated player, number 11, Will Shavy. So bases loaded for Will Shavy. The pitch from Hernandez. Shavy with a nice hard shot up the middle. Gets by the pitcher. Fortner's going to come in and score. Ryan Lewis making his way in. So Will Shavy drives in 2 runs.
Shavy with the single driving in 2 more runs for the Cowboys. At the plate, number 8.
Brings up the third baseman, number 8, Dalen Gonzalez. The pitch. They're going to say Dalen went for strike 1. So no balls and 1 strike on Dalen Gonzalez. With Ryan Henry on second, Will Shavy on first. With 1 out here in the top of the 6th. Hernandez is going to check Henry. Henry barely gets back in time. Cowboys have scored 5 runs here in the top of the 6th. Gonzalez with the pitch inside for ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike with 1 out. Once again, Ryan Henry on second, Will Shavy on first. Dalen Gonzalez at the plate. Hernandez with the pitch. Gonzalez swings and fouls it out of play. So the count is now 1 ball and 2 strikes on Dalen Gonzalez.
Fouls that one off. It's going to bring the count to 1-2.
Hernandez with the pitch. And he's going to hit Gonzalez on the head. Good thing he's wearing his helmet. And it's going to load up the bases for the Cowboys. And we started the inning with J.J. Garcia. And we're back with Garcia now at the plate with the bases loaded. And once again, it appears that we're going to have a pitching change for the Badgers. Now on the mound for Bruni is number 3, moving from third base, is Daniel Cepeda. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to have a pitching change for the Badgers. Moving from third base to the mound is number 3, Daniel Cepeda. As the Cowboys have brought in 5 runs here in the top of the 6th. Have extended their lead 13-0 here in the top of the 6th. We started off the inning with J.J. Garcia, and now we're back with Garcia now at the plate with the bases loaded, with Ryan Henry on third, Will Shavi on second, and Dalen Gonzalez on first.
At the plate, number 2, Jay Garcia.
First pitch coming up right down the middle for strike 1. So no balls and 1 strike. The pitch. Garcia with a nice hard hit. It's going to go foul down left field line. Brings the count to no balls and 2 strikes on J.J. Garcia. So no balls and 2 strikes on J.J. Garcia with the bases loaded.
Number 2, Jay Garcia at the plate. Bases loaded, 1 out. 0-2 is the count.
The pitch catches the outside corner for strike 3. And out number 2.
Strike 3.
So brings up the left fielder number 3, Eusebio Tapia, to the plate. Once again with the bases loaded.
Number 3, Tapia.
Ryan Henry on third. Will Shavi on second. Dalen Gonzalez on first with 2 outs. The pitch inside for ball 1. One ball and no strikes on Tapia. Cepeda with a pitch. High and outside for ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes on Tapia. A pitch. Tapia swings and fouls it back into the net, so the count is now 2 balls and 1 strike. The pitch. Tapia swings and misses, so brings deuces across the board. 2 balls, 2 strikes with 2 outs, with Cowboys leading 13-0. The pitch. Tapia swings and fouls it down first base line. So count is 2-2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Two balls and 2 strikes on Eusebio Tapia. Ryan Henry on third. Will Shavi on second. Dalen Gonzalez on first. The pitch. Tapia swings and fouls it back into the net once again, so the count remains 2-2.
Tapia fouls that one off, keeping deuces on the board.
Two pitch in the dirt for ball 3, so the count's now full. 3 balls and 2 strikes on Eusebio Tapia.
Number 4, Redden on deck.
The pitch. Tapia swings and out of play once again. So the count remains full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. With the bases loaded, Ryan Henry on third, Will Shavy on second, Dalian Gonzalez on first. And once again, Eusebio Tapia at the plate with 2 outs here in the top of the 6th with the full count. The pitch right down the middle for a called strike 3. So the Cowboys leave 3 stranded but bring 5 across and now lead 13-0. You're watching the Hennis Cowboy Baseball. We'll be right back. And back to play we go.
Leading off the inning.
Leading off is number 9, Jorge Presa. Once again, Leighton Herman remains on the mound for the Cowboys. Ethan Reyes behind the plate. The first pitch in there for a called strike. Dalian Gonzalez at third. Ryan Henry at shortstop. J.J. Garcia on second. A.J. Bridges on first. And in the outfield from left to right. Herman with the pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 2. Pitch is high for ball 1. So 1 ball and 2 strikes on Presa. We have a new left fielder in the ball game. Can't seem to see the number. But in center field is Luke Langfield. Right field, Shorty Hernandez. And the pitch is outside for ball 2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. I believe in left field is number 15, Kobe Fortner. Herman with the pitch inside, just misses. So the count's now full, 3 balls and 2 strikes on the batter. The windup in the pitch, right down the middle for strike 3. So strikeout number 5 for Leighton Herman tonight. And brings up number 5, Andrew Alanis. The pitch, swing and a miss, strike 1. And Alanis hits it, fielded by Henry at short, fires it over to first, and they're going to get him in time for out number 2. So up next is the catcher, number 10, Jacob Alfaro.
At the plate, number 10, Jacob Alfaro.
Swing and a miss for strike 1. Pitch is inside and high for ball one. So 1 ball and 1 strike on Alfaro. Two balls and 1 strike on the batter, Jacob Alfaro. The pitch from Herman. Alfaro with a nice hard hit down left field. And it's going to go foul.
Foul ball down the left field.
So the count is now going to be 2 balls and 2 strikes
Down at 2-2.
with 2 outs. Here in the bottom of the 6th. The pitch from Herman. Swing to miss. First strike 3. And that will be the ball game. And the Hennis will win 13-0 and will lead the series 1-0.
Thank everybody for
And they'll be back in action tomorrow, 12 o'clock, live from Divine High School. We'll be there live and in color. So till next time, good night and God bless.